Hello, class. It's Sir Capistana again, and welcome back to our second to the last lecture here in Chem 21 Organic Chemistry. By second to the last, I mean second to the last topics, wherein we will be actually dividing this topic into two more videos or another one video. But in any case, for today, we'll be talking about amines or the organic derivatives of ammonia. So by ammonia, you may know ammonia as our NH3. Uh, NH3 is actually an inorganic molecule. By inorganic molecule, it is a molecule that is composed of one nitrogen atom and three hydrogen atoms bonded together. The common sources of ammonia are actually organic residues. By organic residues, decaying matter. So by decaying matter, one notable source of ammonia is the decay of protein. So you will be actually talking about that in your biochemistry or the formation of ammonia, now, which uh, comes from the decay of protein or the denaturation of protein. So in any case, for this video, we will be just looking into its organic derivatives. And by organic derivatives, we will be just adding a bunch of carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms to this ammonia to make it amines or what we call the organic derivatives of ammonia. So as you may see here, the general formula of our amines looks like this. So we have their nitrogen molecules that is bonded to R groups. Those R groups may either be an alkyl or an aryl group, meaning to say we can have aliphatic amines and aromatic amines. So in this, as yun, sabi ko nga kanina, it comes from our ammonia. So what happens to that ammonia? One of those hydrogens are actually at least one of those hydrogens are replaced by one R group. So sabi ko nga, those R groups can be an alkyl or an R group. So we actually have three types of amines here. As you may have noticed, we have here the one just having one R group, the one having two R groups, and three R groups. And those are actually the classifications of our ammonia or amines. So this one bearing the one R group is actually what we call our primary amine. This is this is our primary amine. This one. This is primary. This is secondary. Bakit kaya secondary? Because we have two R groups attached to our nitrogen atom. And this is what we call our tertiary amine because we have three R groups attached to our nitrogen atom. So those are the classifications and also the general structure and the general formula of our amines. So as you may notice here, ayun, meron tayo dyang amine. Pero hindi dito in-account class yung mismong structure ng ating nitrogen. As you may have remembered, pag meron tayong nitrogen, usually ang itsura niya, we have, dito ko na naisulat. Meron tayong ammonia dito. Ang totoong structure niya ay ganito. So we have here this three hydrogen atoms. Then, meron tayong lone pair dito. So, by general structure ng ating mga amines dito, hindi natin pinapakita yung tetrahedron shape ng ng bond formation natin kasi it may cause call this, it may cause some confusions if we are to talk about that. So, bakit nga ganyan yun? Kasi as you may have remembered, nitrogen atoms actually have five valence electron. Okay? So, kung nalilito kayo kung ano yung five valence electrons na yun, pwede nyong balikan yung mga discussions nyo regarding dun sa Lewis dot structure. So, pwede nyong ma-check yun para maintindihan nyo kung ano yung sinasabi ko. But in any case, yun lang, sinasabi natin dyan, there are actually five valence electrons in nitrogen. But it can also occur na meron lang tayong tatlong valence electron depende dun sa orientation ng ating mga p or s orbital. So it is still valid to show that our structure will be having this structure na meron tayo lang parang triangle shape. Kasi it can also occur na meron tayong three na valence electrons dun sa nitrogen. In any case, those are the general structure or the general formula of our amines. So, una dyan ay yung ating primary amine, secondary amine, and tertiary amine. So, just like any other discussions here in our class, we will be talking about the nomenclature of our amines. And by nomenclature of our amines, since nabanggit ko nga kanina, our R groups can be an aryl or an alkyl group. So we will be dividing those nomenclature into two. So we have the aliphatic amines and the aromatic amines. So para lang makita nyo kung gaano karami yung samples na titingnan natin, we have this much. So yung nasa taas, we have aliphatic amines and we have aromatic amines. So let's go into how we can actually name this amines. So start tayo dun sa aliphatic amines natin. So as you may see here, I actually have yung first three examples natin. Those are actually representatives of primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. So bakit ko binabanggit yun? When we go into the IUPAC naming of this amines, makikita nyo doon na meron tayong actually difference on how we can name the primary amines and the secondary amines. Before that, let's first give the common names. So for the common names, I will be using light blue. So for the common name, simple lang ang pagko-common name ng ating amines kung iisa lang yung amine na concern natin. By iisa yung amine, iisa lang yung nitrogen atom na pwede nating makita ron sa ating structure, not unlike this fourth example. Kung makikita nyo dito, itong fourth example natin, meron tayo actually tatlong ammonia na attached dun sa ating chain. So, paano natin mapakalanan yan? Iba yung way kung paano natin papangalanan yan. But in any case, for this straight chain aliphatic amines, ang kailangan lang natin gawin for common names is we just need to attach a suffix amine. So, mag-a-add lang tayo ng name na amine. So, paano yung arrangement, sir, ng mga R groups natin? Siyempre, yung arrangement doon ay alphabetical pa rin tayo. Okay? So, alphabetical yung arrangement nun just in case na hindi primary amine yung meron tayo. So, for this one, kumbaga, since we only have one carbon atom here, and as you may have remembered, this is methane, and kung i-attach natin siya sa ibang pangalan, we just write that as methyl, tapos we just need to add that amine, so we have here methyl amine. Okay? So, para lang malinaw, as you may have remembered here, wala tayong space dyan. Nagmumukha lang meron, pero wala. So, we have their methyl amine. So, how about this? So, we have here a methyl group. This is methyl. And this is ethyl. So, alphabetical, ano bang mauuna? Yung iba. Tapos yung M, syempre, mauuna ang E bago yung M. So, we have here ethyl, methyl, tapos itong part na to, ito yung ating amine. So, pag susunod-sunodin lang natin yan, nasa dulo yung ating amine, so we will have there, for this common name, we will have ethyl, methyl, amine. Okay? And for this one, as you can see here, this is actually a tertiary amine. So by tertiary amine, meron tayong tatlong R group that is attached to our amine. So kung isusulat natin yan in other ways, ang magiging itsura niyan class ay ganito. So we'll have there our nitrogen, then we will have our three R groups here, yung ating mga CH3. And as you may see here, meron tayong tatlong methyl. So sa ngayon, sa tagal-tagal na nating nagdi-discuss ng mga ganito, alam niyo na yung idadagdag ko dun sa harap ng methyl natin. So in that, we will be just adding a prefix here, since alangan namang isulat natin siya as amine, pwede na lang natin yung isulat as tri because three, methyl, kasi meron tayong tatlong methyl group here. So, 1, 2, 3. Then, i-add na lang natin yung sa amine. So, we have here tri-methyl amine. Okay? So those are some of the representatives of our amines there. So paano naman yung tatlo, yung ammonia dyan? So iba yung system sa pag-name dyan. Bali, ang i-consider na natin dyan is we will be treating them as substituents. So by substituents, alam niyo na kung ano ang ibig sabihin ko doon. Ang ibig sabihin lang din natin doon, yung mga amine natin or mga ammonia ay naka-attach dun sa ating mismong parent chain. So, ganun yung gagawin natin dito. Parang yung system lang na ginagawa natin dati when we are talking about alkenes. So, but alkanes, alkene, and alkynes. So, we will be counting the parent chain. So, as you may see here, we have 4 carbon atoms here. So, that will be 4, 5, 6, 7. So, we have there a heptane. Bakit heptane? Kasi we have 7 carbon atoms. And then, we'll be just uh, using the diamine, triamine, tetraamine, kung nakadepende kung ilan yung amines na naka-attach dito. And as you may see here, we have here 3 amines and we have here heptane. So for this common name, we can just simply write it as heptane triamine kung gusto natin. So So, bakit siya heptane triamine ulit? Kasi because we have 7 carbon atoms. So, we have here 4, 5, 6, 7. But in some cases, yung common name nitong ganitong compound ay uh, nagmumukha na rin siyang IUPAC name. Because for the IUPAC name of this type of molecules, we can just write this as heptane. Then we have here dash 1. Then we have 5. Then we have 6 triamine. So bakit siya naka-name na 1, 5, 6? As you may have noticed there, meron tayong tatlong amine. Yung tatlong amine natin is we have here 1, 2, 3. And those amines are actually attached to the first carbon atom. So we have first, then we have here the fifth carbon atom and the sixth carbon atom. Kaya meron tayong heptane kasi because we have 7 carbon atoms here and we have an amine attached to the first carbon, fifth carbon, and sixth carbon. So we have here heptane dash 1, 5, 6 dash triamine. This is actually also the IUPAC name of this compound. So, kung babalikan natin siya mamaya para sa IUPAC naming, hindi na natin kailangan gawin. But in any case, tuloy tayo sa pagpapangalan ng ating uh, mga mga amines natin using common name. So, tingnan natin tong isang to. So, by isang to, kung mapapansin nyo, we actually have here a butane. And to be specific, this is actually an isobutane because it has a structure na meron tayong iso dito. Okay? Yung iso na yan, yung branching na yan. Okay? So, this is what we call, kung susundin lang natin yung ginawa natin kanina, this is just a primary amine. So, this is our isobutyl amine. Okay? Similar concept. So, tuloy lang natin to. Actually, ito ay parang example na kanina dun sa taas, ano? Pero dinagdagan lang natin ang carbon atom. As you may see here, we have here a propane. Okay? Then we have here an ethane. Then we have here our amine. Okay? So, kung papangalanan natin yan, alphabetical lang ulit. So, this will be E, P, then amine. So we'll have here ethyl, propyl, amine. Okay? So tuloy lang natin. So for this one, we have here a cyclic analog here. So by cyclic, we have here one, two, three, four, five. A five carbon na cyclic group. Tapos meron tayong iba pang attachment. So ganun lang ulit. So this is pentane. Kung maalala nyo. To be specific, this is cyclopentane. And kung maalala nyo, yung cyclo, hindi natin siya isinasama sa ating alphabetical order. Yung P, yung i-consider natin yun mamaya. Then we have here our methyl, or methane. Then we have here our ethane. So, ganun lang ulit. Alphabetical order, E, then M, then P. So, we will have here for this, the common name of this compound, we will have ethyl, methyl, cyclopentyl, amine. So, yan yung magiging common name niyan ng ating ng ating structure na yan. So, those are the examples for our aliphatic amines. So, ganun lang. You just need to mention all of the carbon groups na attached dun sa ating amine kapag iisa yung amine natin. But in cases that we have multiple ammonia groups attached to our R groups, ang mangyayari, we will have there our yung numbering system. Okay? So, proceed tayo sa IUPAC naming. So, for the IUPAC naming, ang kailangan natin ditong gawin class ay i-consider muna yung ating, babalikan lang ulit natin yung discussion natin regarding sa primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. So, for primary amines, iba kasi yung magiging system natin kung paano natin siya pinapangalanan. So, for primary amines, we just need to, yung ginagawa natin dati, we just need to replace the E in the name of our R group. So, halimbawa, meron kang methane, tatanggalin mo lang yung E, tapos yung E, papalitan mo ng amine. So, kumbaga, kung meron kang, let's say, decane. So, decane, kung maaalala nyo, ay, it's just a straight chain hydrocarbon with 10 carbon atoms. So, ang mangyayari dyan, kung itong decane natin ay naka-attach sa ammonia at siya lang yung naka-attach sa ammonia, mangyayari, tatanggalin lang natin yung E, tapos dadagdagan lang natin siya ng amine. So, we will have there decanamine. So, kung methane lang yung meron, so we will have methanamine. Kung ethane lang, ethanamine. Kung meron tayong propane lang, so we will have propanamine and the like. So, kumbaga, sinusunod lang din natin kung paano natin pinapangalanan yung iba nating organic organic compounds na ng mga nauna na, like yung sa carboxylic acid, yung pinapalitan lang natin yung E ng OIC, na yung sa may alcohol, yung E, pinapalitan natin ng OL. So, ganun lang din para dito sa amine, but for this case, yung buong amine yung ilalagay natin. So, kumbaga, for this first example, as you may see here, this is actually a primary amine. So, in that, alam natin that this is, palitan natin yung kulay ng pen natin. Gawin natin siyang green. Para dun sa IUPAC naming natin. So, we will have here, as you may see here, this is a methane. So, since yung methane natin i-attach sa ating ammonia, all we need to do is remove the E, then attach. So, that is the difference between our common name, which is methylamine, and our IUPAC name, which is methanamine. Kung titingnan nyo actually yung karangihan sa mga gamot na iniinom natin, as you may see here, meron kayo dong makikitang amine sa dulo. Those are mga gamot na meron tayong amino group dun sa na naka-attach sa kanya. So kung may maalala ako mamayang may amine na pangalan dun sa name nung nung gamot, sasabihin ko yun. But in any case, tuloy lang natin. So, paano naman yung mga secondary at tertiary amines? So, for secondary and tertiary amines, we will name them as derivatives of primary amines. Wherein by derivatives of primary amines, kumbaga, na itong methanamine natin, kung dinagdagan mo pa siya ng isang methane, yung isang methane na yan ay ititreat mo as isang substituents. Then, meron lang tayong ibang system kung paano natin isasabihin na yung methyl na yun ay naka-attach dun sa carbon atom natin. So, para lang magkaroon tayo ng example or magkaroon tayo ng idea kung paano gagawin yun. So, bigyan ko muna kayo ng example. So, ito yung isa sa mga example na pwede kong ibigay. So, this is actually what we call N-methyl ethanamine. And this one is what we call N-N dimethyl methanamine. Okay. So may napansin ba kayo? So kung mapapansin nyo rito class, meron tayong ibang system na ginamit. Instead of using numbers, nasasabihin natin na yung N ay yun yung count natin as number 1 or the first position, we will actually be using the nitrogen as parang kumbaga placeholder or kumbaga number holder. So as you may see here, ang nangyari dito, meron tayong ethyl dito or meron tayong ethane to be exact. Yung ethane natin, ay nakakabit sa ating amine. So, itong ethane amine na to, ito yung kinonsider natin as ethanamine. Okay? Then, we just note that this methane or methyl is actually attached to our nitrogen carbon here. Kaya ang ginawa natin, since siya ay nakakabit dun sa nitrogen atom natin, nilagyan natin ng N. So that N will correspond to dun sa position mismo ng metal natin. So kaya tayo nagkaroon dyan ng N-methyl ethanamine. Because we have here this ethanamine, yung unang circle na ginawa ko, yung mas mahabang circle, and ellipse pala, and we have here our methyl na nakakabit dun sa amine natin. So that will be our N-methyl ethanamine. So ganun din yung system na nangyayari dito sa isa pa nating structure. So bali yung nangyari, we get one of the methyl here. Tapos yun yung kinonsider natin na primary amine. So kumbaga yan yung una nating yun yung kinonsider nating primary amine. And as you may see here, siya yung nag-bear ng pangalan na methanamine. Tapos meron tayong dalawang methyl dito na sila naman yung nag-correspond dun sa dimethyl, which is yung ating mga metal na yan ay naka-bond dun sa ating nitrogen, kaya nilagyan natin ng NN kasi dalawa sila, NN dimethyl methanamine. So, gano'n naman yung system kung paano natin binibigyan ng IUPAC name yung ating mga primary and secondary and tertiary amines. So for this one, yung sa binigay nating structure kanina, ito actually nasa baba niya. Yan actually ay magko-correspond na rin dun sa kanyang IUPAC name. Because we treated that na magmumukhang substituents or nagmukhang substituents yung ating mga amines. Okay? So let's have the other example. So we have here our isobutylamine. So, ganun lang ulit. This is just a primary amine. So, as you may see here, meron tayo dyang isobutane. Isobutane. Ang sabi nga natin, tanggalin lang natin yung E. Tapos palitan lang natin yun ng amine kasi meron tayong ammonia dito. So, we'll have here isobutanamine. Okay? So, again, dito naman tayo sa isa. So, as you can see here, we have here secondary amine. And for that secondary amine, meron tayong isang propane at meron tayong isang ethane. So, ang pwede natin gawin dyan, yung primary amine natin ay gawin, dapat ang kukunin natin ay yung mas mahaba. So, we will have here this propane and that amine. So, then we will treat our ethane as substituent. So, this will be N-ethyl propanamine. Okay? And lastly, for this one, as you may have remembered, meron tayong cyclopentane, meron tayong ethane, at meron tayong methane. So, ganun lang ulit. Ano? Ang consider lang natin dyan ay alphabetical order lang ulit. Siya, mauuna yung E, mauuna yung bago yung M. Tapos, ang i-consider natin dito naman na ating primary, I mean, ay yung mas malaki. So, ito yung magiging ano natin, yung ating cyclopentane plus yung ating nitrogen. So, for this one, we will have N-ethyl, N-methyl, cyclopentanamine. Okay? So, ano nga ulit, paano nga ulit ito nangyari? So, we will just have ethyl here na attached dun sa ating nitrogen atom. Ito yung ibig sabihin niya, itong ethane na nakakonect sa ating nitrogen atom. Then, we have here our methyl that is also attached to our nitrogen atom. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng N-ethyl, N-methyl cyclopentamine. So, that concludes our nomenclature of aliphatic amines. So, bigyan ko lang kayo ng zoom out view. So, yan. So, yan. We have here yung mga ano natin, yung ating mga primary, yung methylamine, yung isobutanamine, yung mga yan. Then we have here our secondary and tertiary amines. Okay? So, next part na natin ay nomenclature ng ating aromatic amines. So, for aromatic amines, this is just simply amines that are, kumbaga yung ating ammonia, that is actually attached to our aromatic rings. So, kung maaalala nyo aromatic rings, these are just benzene rings. So, we have here 6 carbon atom, tapos meron tayong alternating na double bond. So, in here, for the nomenclature of aromatic amines, ang pinaka-simplest form ng ating aromatic amine ay yung tinatawag natin itong compound na ito. So this is actually the simplest aromatic amine, and there are actually no distinction regarding the nomenclature of para sa common name nitong mga aromatic amines natin kasi ito yung medyo magiging nakakalito na kapag binigyan natin ng common names. But in any case, for the IUPAC name or the name of this compound itself, yung buong simplest amine na yan, this is what we call the aniline. Okay? So, as you may notice here, our benzene rings, our yung ating mga nag-undergo ng mga tinatawag natin na electrophilic aromatic substitution na nagkaroon tayo ng substituted benzene, karamihan sa kanila ay may mga special na pangalan. Kung maalala niyo yung ating phenols, ganyan. And for amines, we call this aniline. So, for the naming of other aromatic amines, halimbawa, nagkaroon ka ng ibang R groups that is attached to that nitrogen of your aromatic amines, Magfa-follow ka lang ng same concept na ginawa natin kanina. You will still be using the NN kung meron kang mga iba pang R groups that is attached to your ammonia. So for this one, kumbaga, we have here one of the simple examples here. We have here two R groups that is attached to our aniline. As you may notice here, we have here this methyl and we have here this ethyl. So yan yung dalawang titingnan natin dyan. So we have here our methane. This is the methane. This is the ethane that is attached to our nitrogen. So this name, it will be named as, ganun pa rin, alphabetical, mauuna ang E. So we'll have here N, ethyl, dash, N, methyl. Then you will be just naming this one as your aniline. So this will be aniline. So we will have there N-ethyl, N-methyl, aniline. So for some scenario na yung ating R groups na attached dun sa aniline natin ay parehas, you will just still be following the same steps na ginawa natin kanina. So as you may notice here, we have here two methyl groups that are attached to our nitrogen here. So you will have here N, comma, N that corresponds to those two metal groups that is attached to our N. So NN dimethyl aniline. Hmm. Wait lang. Aniline. Because this is our aniline. Okay? Okay? So, gano'n na naman kasimple yun, yung sa aromatic, ano natin, amine. So, in case na magkaroon ka ng ibang dye substitution, halimbawa, nagkaroon ka ng cyano, may kinabit kang ibang ano dito sa benzene ring mismo, hindi magpa-follow ng ganitong step yon. So, it will still be following the naming na ginagawa natin nung time nung tayo ay nagkakaroon ng tinatawag nating EAS yung, or yung tinatawag nating electrophilic aromatic substitution. So those are the methods on how we can name our aromatic amines. So, ayun lang, we just need to consider its simplest form, yung aniline natin. So, if you have your aniline, then, ayun, yun yung consider nating primary amine. Then, in cases na mayroon tayong secondary at tertiary aniline, you will just follow the system na we will just be saying na yung groups na yon or yung R groups na yon ay naka-attach dun sa ating nitrogen. So, therefore, having this system of naming. So, I think that will be all for this video. So, as you may see here, medyo mahaba-haba. But in any case, we actually started discussing our amines or the organic derivatives of ammonia, and we looked into our general formula and general structure. Then we discussed the way on how we can name our aliphatic amines using our common names and IUPAC naming. Then we actually uh, introduced how we can also name our aromatic amines. So that will be all for this video, and thank you and have a great day.